Alright, so for the first bug, it's obvious pretty much immediately just on the main menu. If you change the master volume at all, it completely gets rid of the sound. No matter what you do, you can't actually turn it back on. So even once you start playing the game, the sound is just completely gone. Like potions, movement, whatever, nothing works. And you have to completely exit out of the game and reload it. The other two work fine. You can adjust the volume however you want and they don't get rid of it or anything, but the master volume doesn't work. I don't know if this is a bug. Oh yeah, and there's some lighting issues as well. But I don't know if this is a bug or if it's just a feature. But when you walk towards the mirror, it shows your back, and when you walk away from the mirror, it shows your front. Like I said, I don't know if that's actually a bug or if it's just a feature because it's magic. Second bug is, or third bug rather, fourth maybe, depends on how you classify them, is the cloud. If you're on the floor, it goes partially to the floor, and if you get too close to a wall, it'll be created inside the wall and you can't use it at all. So you have to be careful of how you're placing it, and then the vine does the same thing. If you make it, it'll go partially through stuff, it'll clip through stuff, and if you get too close to a wall, it'll be created outside of the wall. Let's see. That's it for around here. The next major one that I noticed was actually in, well, out here technically, but it said in the README that there were NPC dialogue issues, which this works fine. But sometimes if you come up here, he'll go ahead and give you the next quest for after. It doesn't happen all the time, but occasionally it happens where you'll go talk to him and he'll go ahead and give you the quest for the forest. And then the merchant over here, sometimes he'll go ahead and give you items that he's not supposed to give you yet. And other times he'll do as he's supposed to and just say that. That one works fine. And then all the other NPC dialogues are broken. These all work fine. Oh, there is another thing up top. Over here, it's an empty game object. I'm not sure what it's for. It has a string attached to it that just says touch. I don't know if it's supposed to be visible or I'm assuming it's for like testing out a string or something, but that's visible. The next major one that I noticed, again, I don't know if it's actually a bug or not, or if it's supposed to be like a feature, but when you go into the cave level, I really like the loading screen. It has camera issues where the camera is suddenly really slow and it feels like the center of it was pushed down, so you can't move as freely. So it's a lot harder to look around and move. I don't know if that's to sort of imitate how the space is limited, but it's kind of annoying. There's also the fact that you can't regenerate mana or anything, but that's mostly a nitpick of, because it is technically possible. It's just really hard to do, I think. At least, if nothing else, then it works with the command menu. Let's see. Okay, it's over here, and you can go back to town, so that's nice. I'm assuming that's another developer trick for playtesting. It's this over here. It's not where I was going to go. So, the next bug, I guess. Well, I already talked about the vine bug, one of them, but there's another one where there's an area in the forest where if you try to use the vine, you can't actually climb up properly because of how the vine is. Whenever you get on it, it automatically has you going a certain way. So like if you try to turn around and get on it this way, it immediately teleports you to the opposite side. So there is kind of a workaround, but it makes it really hard to navigate around through the forest on the higher levels. Other than that, well, the beach level is impossible, but the tundra is just not done yet, I assume. Because there's no music for one. But if you come over here, there's that. Where it's clearly where you're supposed to go, but if you come over here, it's very clearly not done yet. It's not really a bug, but it is the fact that if you come over here, then if you jump off, there's no kill box underneath it, so you just fall for all eternity, which, I mean, it's not technically a bug, but it is something that might want to be kept in mind. And then the beach level is, I'm also assuming it's also not done yet. Because, well, they mentioned that, like, the water effects don't work with potions. But whenever you go to the beach level, there's no possible way to continue once you get to over here. Once you get past that, there's no way to actually get over here anywhere, because once you get underwater, you drown. So, and there's no way to get anywhere. There's no teleportation back to the main area or anything. So you have to basically kill yourself and teleport back to the main menu. It's not a lot, but there are a few very definite bugs here and there. Honestly, the most annoying part is the cloud and its tendency to go through things, especially like if you're underwater, then you're technically supposed to be able to use the cloud to get out, but whenever you're like right there, the cloud will go through. So That's just a very annoying thing, especially in the cave or the forest where you have to use the cloud to navigate certain areas. It's very annoying that you can't actually, you'll waste a bunch of mana trying to get it in the right position and then not be able to do anything. Those are the only ones I think I have, but it's definitely something to keep in mind.